In today's Retro Tech Repair, we're going to be unboxing an untested Amiga lot that was donated to the channel. Hello and welcome to Retro Tech Repair. Today's video is something a little bit different. I haven't spent a lot of time in the edit on this one. It's a midweek rough cut unboxing. I hope you enjoy the video.
Now, I should warn you, I know very little about these machines. I don't know very much about them at all. I've never owned a Commodore Amiga. I kind of moved from 8-bit and then straight to PCs, so I've never had an Amiga. I know nothing about them, so don't expect anything hugely informative here. As we go through, I'm hoping that you're going to be able to tell me whether some of this stuff, and there's a lot of it, is useful, valuable, whether I should keep it, whether I should sell it. Your advice in the comments section, that's what I'm going to be responding to today. So, I guess we'll start with this boxed Amiga 500. Let's take a look here.
So this isn't what I usually do on the channel. Usually I'm repairing stuff that I've bought spares or repair on eBay. I hope you enjoy the video today, but if you don't, maybe check out some of my repair videos or check back when we evaluate and repair this Amiga.
This was kept, as I understand it, in a shed in Yorkshire for, well, I don't know, probably 20 years or more, I'd imagine. And consequently, it's a bit mousy. So there are a few kind of mouse, I don't know, droppings and remnants as we go through. So apologise for that. If your stomach is easily turned, perhaps this isn't the video for you. It is a video, though, I'm sure, for a couple of my loyal subscribers. And I really do want to mention just a couple of those today. Two subscribers that have been here from the very beginning for me. Skyway73 and Tomorrow's Sphere. Thank you both so much for your comments. You've kind of kept me going through the hard times. And, you know, YouTube does have its hard times. So for everybody who comments, thank you. I know there's a lot of you. Those guys have been there from the very start. I also wanted to give a shout out to a channel, and that is 8-Bits in the Basement. He also watches my content, leaves lots of good feedback. Seems like a really nice guy. You might want to check out his channel. If you like my stuff, you'll probably like his. There's some overlap, but not a whole lot. 8-Bits in the Basement. Anyway, this is it, our Commodore Amiga 500, and we seem to have 501 expansion module. I'm not sure what that is. Some software enhancer manuals, an A500 manual. I guess that's where the power supply goes, but we don't see that in there. 520 UHF modulator, so I'm guessing ordinarily it just has a video out, be that composite or perhaps RGB, I'm not sure. Workbench 1.3.3. If that's a good version or not, an extras 1.3.3. Just let me know if you think I should do something different. And a video adapter, I think that's the modulator that we looked at before. Computer itself looks in nice shape, not too discoloured here. Still got the original polys, which is nice. And taking a look at this. Yes, this looks in very clean condition. This is lovely. There may be a little bit of discoloration. Warranty seal is broken, so it'll be interesting to know if there's been anything kind of installed in here or repaired or something like that. I can't even get in the bag at the moment. Yeah, very nice. Commodore Amiga Model A500. Is there a date on here? Maybe not. There's a little slot at the side. I don't know what ordinarily would go in there. Yeah, well, it's an edge connector. It's an edge connector in there. A couple of chips on that edge connector kind of cover there, but it's at least intact. A little reluctant now to pop it back in place in case I damage it. Oh, it'd be a real shame to break the first item straight out the door, wouldn't it? Whoops. Oh, dear. There we go. Alright, looks like there's a port on the bottom. Don't know if there's anything in there or not, any kind of expansion module, I don't know. Nor do I know how to open it. Well, that's intriguing, isn't it? That is intriguing. Oh, I so want to take a look in there and see what might be in there. Okay, and yeah, is that an expansion module or is that just the bottom of the... doesn't look like it's anything at all, so I don't know really what the purpose of this is, but if you know, let me know. I'm sure I'll find out in due course. I've got lots of interesting feedback on a number of videos that I've done, including my Xbox repair, which was by far my most successful video, and I learned a lot from the comments. So if you have comments on what I should be doing here, please do let me know. Another rather worrying plastic piece that I'm kind of scared to put back in. I just have to man up and do it. Yay! Success! Alright, yeah, so Amiga 500. Hopefully we've got a power supply for that somewhere. Let's move on to the next item. Maybe we'll take a look now at some, I don't know, some of the software maybe. I'll probably dive in and out of this from time to time as we go through the video. And again, I'll be looking for your advice as to whether this is worth keeping or not. But we have quite a lot of original box software here. So we'll go through a few of these and then we'll come back to it. So let's start with this one, Fire and Ice. The Daring Adventures of Cool Coyote. That's like fairly simple. A couple of discs. We have something here. I don't know if that's some kind of security protection. I hope it doesn't need special glasses because I don't seem to have that. And then the instruction booklet. So that's a boxed Fire and Ice. So far we haven't found any mouse remains. That's encouraging. Next up, Sid Meier's Colonization. Create a New Nation. Microprose. Boxes are a bit squashed, but they have been in the shed for a long time. Looks like this is a 3-disc set. And again, we have a nice manual here, technical supplement, and some player information, so that's exciting. As I say, I'm not an Amiga person. I mean, I remember when I had a Spectrum and I first saw the Amiga came out before, perhaps it was even the Commodore Amiga when it was just on TV. I'd seen it in a trade show or something, or seen it on TV at a trade show. I never got to go to any trade shows or anything like that. And been so excited to see that kind of bouncing ball thing that was going on. Just incomprehensible to me at the time to see something like this. So this is something for the A1200, so that's a little nod to what might be coming later in the video. Liberation, looks like it got very good reviews from Amiga owner. And again, a multi-disc set with the user manuals and some French and German guides as well. An original receipt for £19.99 back in, see if the date's on there, 94, so probably quite a significant amount of money. Although video games are never really cheap, there's a lot of work goes into them, isn't there? Alright, so we'll do a couple more of these and then we'll move on to another mystery bag. So Interface, that was a bit cheaper, £4.99. Let's have a look. One floppy disk and the manual. Very nice. Hopefully we'll get to play some of these in a future video if we can get everything working. This is of course untested. The person who gave it to me did tell me it was tested when he put it into the shed, but it's been in the shed for a long time now. And as we'll see later, it's had some rodent attention as well. Chariots of Wrath, another £4.99 game. Just one piece of paper and one floppy disk with this. So, again, interesting. Maybe that's rare. Maybe it's cheap and cheerful. Who knows? All right. Okay, so let's now go to this mystery bag. And we have Wordworth instruction booklet. So, I don't know if Wordworth was maybe a word processor for the Amiga. Maybe we've got the discs for that somewhere that we haven't come across yet. What else we got? Oh, a few kind of bits of mouse nest, but we have Amiga for beginners. That's going to be useful for me because I know absolutely nothing about Amiga, but it covers Workbench 1.3 and 2, so presumably there's a newer Workbench than the version that I had. Some more goodies in here. Printer cartridge for Carbon Film Ribbon ZX SCS1, so that's a printer cartridge or a typewriter cartridge, I don't know. Interesting, looks like it might have been used. Was originally £3.20. And a bit of rodent damage on the box there. I'm sure this has no value, but it might be interesting. Let's have a look. And there it is, sharp kind of foil cartridge. Yeah. And a bit of mouse nest. A bit of mouse nest there. Amiga bumper book of Amiga hints and tips. We're keeping that. Maybe that came off the front of a magazine. Amiga format to get into the net with your Amiga startup guide. How about that, huh? Well, that's an interesting thing. It seems that... oh, and it's 2 books in one. Printed one side on one side on the other. Get into CD-ROM with your Amiga 1200. Okay, interesting. We can get on the net with our Amiga. That would be an interesting thing to do. Electronics Art Deluxe Paint 4 manual. Hopefully we have the software for that somewhere. We'll see. A bit of a rat-eaten bag, or maybe mouse, another Amiga format. Microprose, The Inside Story by Land, Air and Sea. This seems to be another printer cartridge broken or moused, perhaps. Fairly anonymous, don't know what that's from. And we'll keep going through this random collection of stuff. Yeah, some instruction manuals for a weigh scale. Yeah, looks like a weigh scale instruction manuals there. So if you need to know how to weigh yourself, perfect. A manual for a citizen printer. That's interesting. User manual. My goodness, look at all these different character codes you can get. Imagine buying a printer today and it coming with a manual that thick. That is just madness, isn't it? Look at that. All instructions for your color, by the looks of it. Citizen printer. Just amazing. Just really, the detail in here is quite impressive. ASCII characters and special control characters. How to select colors. What the dip switch settings do on your printer. Fascinating. Alright, what else do we have? More print manager stuff. A couple more books. Workbench 3. Okay, so we're moving our way up the workbench kind of versions here, and a manual for an A1200. Okay, so maybe there's an A1200 later in our lot. And then a half-eaten bag with some rather unpleasant mouse nesting material in it, which I'm slowly getting covered in. All right, so Monopoly for the Amiga 500, 600, 1200 and 4000. Bit squashed. And in here though, we have perhaps an almost sealed bag with Monopoly single disc and instruction manual, and then a big kind of piece of cardboard filler. You do kind of wonder whether that was one of those gifts that just never got played. Monopoly. Perhaps our donation came from somebody who wasn't that interested in Monopoly. Maybe wanted to shoot some things instead. But anyway, there it is, Monopoly. And Sim Earth. Okay, well, this seems like a nice thing. $34.99 from W.H. Smith's. Now, in the past, I had a go at W.H. Smith's in one of my videos, a totally unfounded comment. W.H. Smith's were a massive part of my youth. I used to go to W.H. Smith's when I had a Spectrum, and I would go there and I'd program those machines to print my name, and everybody who walked into town would see my name scrolling by and knew how to disable the break keys and that kind of thing on a number of different computers. So, yeah, my name was on a lot of computers in West Yorkshire as I was growing up. Original Ocean bag, 2 discs, very nice. Comic Relief. How about that? Play the game for Comic Relief. Interesting. And a couple more brochures. As I say, I should not have had a go at W.H. Smith's, really. W.H. Smith's is a business still going today. They are stationers, newsagents, high street store, and we're all very grateful for those high street stores that are still with us. All right, so a few more here. Crossbow, The Legend of William Tell by Screen 7. Something tells me that wasn't a desperately expensive game. But I could be mistaken. Yeah, 1 disc and a kind of photocopied set of instructions there. And while perhaps we're still in the budget section, we have Combo Racer. 2 disc set. As I say, if any of these are worth anything, please do let me know. Learn and Play Discovery, an interactive educational space adventure. Something tells me this one might be unused, but who knows? The state of my hands are getting really dirty unboxing all this stuff now. The software business discovery Amiga. Interesting. Well, you know what? It might be rare, because my guess is it wasn't exactly flying off the shelves when it was new. Amos Professional, the ultimate programming tool for your Amiga. I don't know what that is. Like a kind of software development kit or something. Wow. Big chunky manual. Yeah, I'm not sure that I'm going to be getting too much into that. I don't know quite how the Amiga worked. Obviously, things like the Spectrum came with BASIC built in, as did most of the 8-bit computers, at least that I had, although some of them came with stuff on carts. I don't know whether you needed to buy software development environment for the Amiga, but certainly Amos, yeah, there's a lot of information there. Clearly, this was a budding programmer. Nice box set in nice condition as well. It seems like that would be a good thing to have. All right, there's another computer. Let's do the other computer, and then we'll go through the rest of the stuff. So this other computer does come with a very smelly mouse shed smell Amtech 3.5-inch floppy disk. It's a parallel port floppy disk maybe for Commodore Amiga. So that I'm sure will be useful. Here is the beast. There we go. An Amiga 1200, and what a beauty it is. A little bit discolored, just like this one's been out in the sun a little bit. That also doesn't have a door over the disk drive there. Maybe they just didn't have them on Amigas, or maybe they were vulnerable. It's like it's got a PCMCIA socket on there, so maybe we can load some software via that. On the back we've got mouse, game ports, disk drive, serial port, parallel port, video out, and a composite video out, as well as a built-in RF modulator. I must admit, I'm secretly quite excited about the Amiga 1200. A great, generous donation by the benefactor to the channel. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much. We've got another expansion port in there. Again, a little reluctant to have a peek inside, see if there is anything in there. There's got to be a way to open these, and I'm kind of sure that isn't it. No, you know what? We're going to have to open that up in a subsequent video when I've got a little bit more confidence how to do it, because this is one that I definitely want to keep, the Amiga 1200. Probably need to retrobrite the keyboard a bit, get it all cleaned up, and of course, these are all untested, so we might need to repair them too. So there we go, Amiga 1200. A few more box games, then we've got a few accessories to go through. So let's finish off the box games. Zool, Ninja of the Nth Dimension from Gremlin Software. That's got an interesting kind of disc. Presumably that is some kind of software copy protection as well. All before the days of colour photocopying, and of course some, or at least affordable colour photocopying. Some stickers there which are great, not being used. Nice manual. Nice thing, that. Very nice. Sorry, it's showing the box is a bit squashed, but there we are. Oh, look at this. 20 hot hits. Out now too. Yeah, features Dire Straits, Midge-Ure, Brian Ferry, Billy Idol, Dan Hartman, Lloyd Cole, Amy Stewart, Nick Kershaw, Huey Lewis and the News, The Style Council, Colonel Abrams. I would have been, I think, probably about, 13 maybe when that came out, something like that. Deluxe Paint 3 in its original squashed box. Captain Planet and the Planeteers. One disc in a little box there. The Simpsons, Space Mutants, Acclaim, Lemmings, also by Acclaim. Nice original Lemmings. Again, with the warranty card and the disc. Very, very nice. All good stuff. So just a few more things to go through now. We have a Quick Shot 2 joystick with some mouse bedding and a somewhat mouse-gnarled suction cup there. Spectra Video Quick Shot 2. We have some power supplies. This is our Commodore, maybe Amiga, is that the Amiga 500 power supply? See if there's a part number on it. We have another larger power supply here. This is Amiga A500. And that is a, doesn't really say how many watts power supply that is either. But I'm guessing that's the 500 power supply. And maybe this is the 1200 power supply. We have another Spectra Video Quick Shot 2, this time without the gnarled or chewed suction cup. We have a power supply for a Canon printer, I'm guessing. And then we have this power supply, which looks to be for CBS Electronics. So my guess is that that's for a ColecoVision. Looks like it has the ColecoVision plug on it. So my guess that's a CBS ColecoVision power supply. A mouse. Good, because we didn't have a mouse originally. Commodore mouse. And then some cables. And another Commodore mouse for slightly later vision. Quite yellowed. Might try retrobiting that. Some RF cables. Another telephone cable. Another random power cable. And that is just about it. So there we have it. What a monster Amiga lot this was. And just a huge thank you to the benefactor, the donator of this, the channel. Really appreciated. It might be a little while before you see some of this stuff again, but the next time we come back, hopefully, we'll be appraising it, we'll be seeing what can work, we'll be cleaning it up. It might be a little while. I'm covered in mouse's nest, but at least we didn't find any mice or mice carcasses amongst our lot, so I'm going to call that a good result. Oops. And off we come with the lid.